Juan Hines-Rome, the host of the Be Inspired radio show on the Let's Go radio station.
Here is your host.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Be Inspired radio show with your girl, your host, Juan Hines-Rome. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I see a couple of my friends already on air with me or on the Facebook Live. I do encourage you all to call in and don't just view me and see my beautiful face on live this morning, but call in to chat with me. That number is 757-774-7552. That's 757-774-7552. So if you're joining me on Facebook Live this morning, good morning. I love you for joining. I welcome you, and I thank you so much for being a part of the Be Inspired radio show journey with me, your girl, Juan. Hey! Y'all, this is the second Saturday that I'm on air, and I can't believe that God has allowed this door to open up for me. For those of you who know me, y'all know that I love to do two things besides helping people. I love to run my mouth and I love to write. So I am being afforded this opportunity to chat with the masses, to chat with you guys about my life experiences, and for us to just have a conversation so that what we say on this Be Inspired radio show will inspire someone else in their journey, in their life's journey. What I want to talk about this morning is, do you drive 55? What is your speed limit? Do you drive 55? I want to start with a quote that says, "It's not the speed you go, rather the feet you went." I pulled that quote from what is that on the internet, and it's a hashtag Hello Better, but it says again, it's not the speed you go, rather the feet you went. And as I was riding down Granby Street the other day, taking my daughter to school, you know how they have the electronic monitors that calculate your speed, and when you go past it or you get closer to it, it actually tells you the speed that you're going. So yes, we want to talk about that this morning. We have a caller on the air. Good morning, caller. Is that someone on, or did we lose you? Can you hear me? Okay. Well, we'll keep going. Maybe our engineers can keep on moving so that we can hear that caller coming in on the air. What I wanted to say about the speed limit was, yes, with that calculation of the road, when you go into certain areas and certain places have different speed limits, and different places depending on their population. And we all know that as we're traveling, as we're doing our road trips, we have to follow the speed limit within that particular area. Okay, so say for instance, when you're looking at Wyoming and places like the Midwest, the speed limits in that area can be up to at least 85 miles per hour. The population in that area is relatively low, so, you know, individuals can drive a little faster on the road. However, in cities and places where we are, the speed limit is a little slower, more, you know, a little more because we are more condensed. You drive 55 to 60. Some areas, depending on where you are in our area, you can drive up to 70 miles per hour. So the question that I have for you this morning on our radio show, the Be Inspired radio show, is, does your environment predict how fast you will go? What is the factor? What factors do you have that actually dictate or indicate your speed? There are certain things that you desire to do in life. There are certain places that you want to go. You may have a bucket list of things already put together, of things that you want to do. What about that business that you want to start and you've been putting it off, or that book you desire to write? What is your speed limit? I see that we have my Aunt Elizabeth just joined us on Facebook. Annette Myrick. Hey, sweet. Good morning, Tiffany Etheridge. I have my girl, Jessica Parker. Hi, Jessica. Haven't seen you in a while. Check on my son, Terrell. Haven't talked to him. We have Wanda Williams. Good morning, Wanda. I miss you, lady, from Lake Taylor. And we also have Miss Charlicia Boone. Hi, Charlicia. I'm looking forward to seeing you and working with you again very soon. Miss Erica Chapman. Hi, my Chapman. So you guys chime in. Give me a call on line at 757-774-7552. That's 757-774-7552. And let me know, do you drive 55? And if you do drive 55 or over, what dictates your speed limit? And we're not just talking about the road, driving on the road. I'm talking about life. What dictates your speed limit in life? Do you compare yourself to the Joneses? Oh, because they have a new car, or because they have a new house and they're doing very well, then I should be doing the same thing, and let me run over here and rush to get this done. Or you compare yourself to people, if you are an entrepreneur or a businesswoman and you see others within your circle moving up the ladder, doing things that you feel like you should be doing as well. Are you racing to try to do the same thing? What are some of the things that you find yourself doing that dictates your speed limit on this morning? Let me hear from you guys. Let me hear from you all. Anybody calling in on the line this morning? Hello, Miss Sinise. Thank you so much for chiming in. Give me a call, lady. 757-774-7552. That's 757-774-7552. Don't call and hang up. Call and talk to me. Talk to me. Just talk to me. Do we have someone on the line? Now, y'all know I can keep talking. I said that last Saturday. Okay. We do have a caller. Hello, good morning, caller. Who am I speaking with this morning? Can you hear me, caller? All right, guys. I love technology. I really enjoy technology. I love the way of the world. Last week we did Facebook Live, and our callers could not hear. They could see me, my beautiful face, but they could not hear my voice. So what we decided to do this morning, my wonderful engineers, EQ, they connected and made sure that everything worked out, and we did some troubleshooting last night and played around with it. So everything was going good. But if you guys can't hear me when you call in, okay, Tanya, you're trying to call, you can't get through. What's going on? I have a caller or someone on Facebook who's saying that they're trying to call and they can't get through. So engineer, can you look at that for us? And in the meantime, let's again just talk about what it is that you do, what dictates your particular speed limit. This is a wonderful and amazing opportunity. Technology is awesome, y'all. From what I see from my dashboard on my computer screen. Okay, wonderful. You could hear me, but For some reason, I could not hear you. Well, try to call back. It was on the line. Sanish, you were on the line and you could hear me. Okay, great. Are you calling back? Hello, can you hear me? This is LaJuan with Be Inspired Radio. And this is your girl, Juan Hines-Rome on Be Inspired Radio. All right, guys. What dictates your speed limit? Can you all talk to me about that? Everything here is wonderful on my end. All information is still set up. So don't hang up. Please don't let me lose you. If you were trying to reach us and you just could not hear me, don't hang up. Don't go anywhere. Stay connected with us. We are experiencing some technical difficulties at this time, and we are working to get those things taken care of so we can communicate and you can hear me and I can hear you. But it seems like you can hear me. You can hear me saying, "Oh, be inspired." But I can't hear you. Good morning to my cousin Detroit. How are you this morning? Thank you, my brother, for joining me. Tanya, don't go anywhere. Thank you for waiting, cuz. Call me back. Yes, they are fixing it. Yes, yes. I love and appreciate my engineers. Thank you so much, EQ. All right, so let's try again. We have anyone calling in? We might have the bug technology difficulty fixed. So Sanice, try giving me a call back, or Tanya, call me back to see. I'm so glad you guys can hear me. But I want to be able to hear you too. So again, that number is 757-774-7552. 757-774-7552. And this morning on the Be Inspired Radio Show on the Let Go radio station, we are talking about your speed. Do you drive 55? And if you drive whatever speed limit you're driving, we want to know what dictates your speed limit. We talked earlier about different areas having different speed limits as it relates to their population. In the Midwest, it's faster because it's not as many people. And of course, in the cities, you have more condensed population. So the speed limit is going to be a little slower. So give me a call. Let me know what actually dictates your speed. A lot of times for me, my family dictates my speed. I really want to be able to do those things that I have a vision to do and a vision to accomplish. But if my children are actively involved in activities during the time frame that I'm trying to work something out, or if my husband and I have committed to doing other things, then what I try to do is to work around those things so that I am not focusing on my speed. Because once I commit to doing a project, then of course I work to see that project through, and I am working and looking to and expecting everyone else on my team to do the same thing. So my speed limit is often dictated by my family. And of course, I am an entrepreneur, but I'm also still full-time employed in my career as an educator. So a lot of times my work schedule will often dictate what my speed is. There are things that I want to be able to participate in during the daytime as it relates to my business. And a lot of times I'm not able to do so. Wanda, I hear you. I see you. Let's talk. I think that speed is determined by your life. Okay. And the opportunities that are presented to you. Yes, Wanda, I agree. I agree. It is determined by your life preparation and the opportunities that are presented to you. But what if those opportunities, what if you feel as though those opportunities are, say for instance, a once in a lifetime thing, Wanda? What if you feel like this is something that I just can't miss out on and I have to take advantage of this? Then how was your speed dictated then? Okay, and Wanda said, often we find that out of young brothers and sisters, many of our young brothers and sisters are not prepared to get onto the highway of life. Yes, you are absolutely right. Many of our young folks don't have the necessary tools that they need. And sad to say, ask, why is that? I know that the school system sometimes, and Wanda, you know this, sometimes educators pour out all that we possibly can to our students. And many of us treat our students as our children. We pour out to them. Mo, you can contest, or you can say the same thing as an educator. We give them all that we have as an educator because we want them to succeed. We want them to be able to be successful in life because we see that potential in them that they perhaps do not see in themselves. And so we encourage them. We push them towards opportunities and things of their interest and preference. And a lot of times they unfortunately do not get that at home. Good morning, Shanae. How are you this morning? Thank you so much for joining. Miss Mondale, Miss Lewis, give me a call back if you can't get through online. So yes, let's hear from some of the rest of you. What are some of the things that dictate your speed limit? Kista, my cheer sister, good morning. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, give us a call. Let's see if these technical difficulties are fixed. Let's hear from you at 757-774-7552. That is 757-774-7552. And let's talk about, do you drive 55? Okay, we're still having some issues. Well, that's all right. I know that our engineers are going to work it out. That's one of the things that we have with having things being new. You can't allow the challenges of the newness of a project or something that you're working on tear you down. You know, you can begin to say and think and feel that, oh my goodness, you know, I don't want to do that again, or I don't want to be a part of that, or, you know, point the finger at whomever. But that's not the issue. When you have something new, then you know it's just like trying out a brand new recipe for the very first time. In that recipe, it might not come out perfect, that cake, the very first time you make it. That quiche might not come out perfect the very first time you make it, but give it a try the second and the third and the fourth time. And of course, after those second, third, and fourth tries, then that cake or that quiche will come out the best. And of course, it'll come out better than it was before. So yes, we are working through our technical difficulties. The main thing is that you can hear me. Tanya, yes, our engineers are still working on it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the encouragement, cuz definitely keep trying. We are going to be on the air today until 10:30, and it is now 10:18. So definitely continue to keep trying with us. All things new are making things better. Denise, voicemail. This time, I will say this. My speed has always been dictated by what's required to serve others. As a mother, a wife, nurse, and nursing leader, I'm always driving way past the speed limit. I understand that. I am learning that slowing down for myself is necessary and required because I do not focus on self-care as much as I focus on caring for others. That is absolutely correct. Denise, I give you a hand clap because although I'm not in the nursing field, I can definitely relate to not being able to accurately, effectively, and fully take care of self, because you are often focused on others. But what I have come to realize, and what I started last year, is my husband and I, we are taking a leadership class at my church, Gethsemane, and it's Foundation of Faith. And through that class, it has allowed us to focus more on us, and for me to focus more on me. And of course, as a wife and a mother, then I also have to take that extra time to let my kids know this is just for me. I know the other day my daughter wanted to do something and I just said no. And she looked at me like, what? I know you didn't tell me no. Yes, I did tell you no, because I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it. It's not my time to do it right now. I want to just do this for me. So I am learning little by little. It's a habit that, of course, I have to break out of. And if we've been doing things for so long, then we create those habits, that speed that we tend to drive overboard. But when we do those things, we have to be aware that driving too fast can cause tragic. It can cause us to, of course, go over the speed limit, to have those tickets, to have those issues in life that can cause faulty health, that can, damage whatever, self-esteem, damage our outlook on the things that we desire to have in life. And of course, it's not beneficial for us. So our main thing is to slow it down and to focus on, put us first, put Christ first, then put us, making sure that we take care of ourselves, and then allow everything else after our family to take precedence. We can do those projects that we desire to do. Just slow that pace down. My main thing with talking about do you drive 55 is, don't compare yourself to the Joneses. If they have it, we don't know what they had to do to get where they are. We don't wear their shoes. We're not walking where they are walking. So don't do as they do. Don't do as they do. As your parents used to say, don't do as I do as I say. Do as you feel the need to do for yourself. Do it at your own pace. Shanae, I hope that you're feeling better. I see that you said you have the flu and that you're not feeling so well, but I want you to encourage your daughter to start to do things a little differently for herself as well, because we all have to learn to travel at our own pace. And it doesn't matter what others say about us, what they think about us. Who cares about any of that? Our main competition should be with ourselves. And we should look at what it is that we desire to do. And of course, to pace ourselves in order to accomplish those things that we really want to accomplish in our life. So like life itself is just like a 10-speed bicycle. Most of us have gears that we have never used. Do you have gears that you've never used? Do you have things in your life that you have never tapped into? Writing the book, A Woman's Worth, was something that I aspired to do for so long. I have a box full of short stories. I have newspaper articles that I've written with Insight magazine, with my college's newspaper, ODU's Mason Crown. I've written for a number of different publications, the Virginia Pilot and the Compass. But what I've always truly wanted to do was write and submit my short stories. And I did not realize how much I had to share about myself until I began writing my chapter of A Woman's Worth. Because before then, prior to that point of writing that book, all I was doing was taking my life experiences and turning them into short stories. So many of the short stories that I have are all based on my life experiences, instances that have occurred to me within my life, in addition to me relaying it to a fictional character. So when it came time for me to put pen to paper to have it focus completely on me, then that changed my perspective and it opened up a whole door of different emotions for me. But I had to pace myself because it was something that I really wanted to do. And like I shared last Saturday, Satan's mission, and we all know this if we are inclined to know, his main mission is to kill, steal, and destroy. And he will allow you, if you allow him to do, he will talk you out of things. When I was writing the book, I started to say, well, you know what? I've done everything I needed to do and required of me, but no one really wants to hear my story. No one really wants to hear what it is that I've been through. You know, I felt like I had shared that information over and over and over again. However, I didn't realize how well it was received or how well it would be received. I did not realize, and like the caller who said last week, I didn't realize how many people were still dealing with this issue. And of course, now in the media, we have the Me Too movement and all of the other movements that are addressing sexual harassment and, of course, sexual molestation. But it is something that needs to be discussed. It is something that needs to be heard, because your testimony can influence and inspire someone else to do greater in life. My speed limit during that time frame was to make sure that I not only did my best to adhere to the deadlines, and sometimes I was a little off, but I had to make sure that I was able to finish that project so that everything that I desired to have done to be included in that book, A Woman's Worth, was included. And that was a part of me focusing on me, taking care of me, doing what I had to do for myself so that I could get that project done within the time frame that I did it. And so that I wasn't speeding, I wasn't going over or passing by anybody. I had some speed bumps myself, but I took care of what I needed to take care of so that I could complete that project. So you guys, it looks like we weren't able to fix the technical difficulties. However, I do ask and encourage you to please call back on next Saturday as we head out today. I want to encourage you and ask the question again, do you drive 55? If you drive 55, of course, for our area, that is the speed limit. But if you're driving 80, 60, 70 in a 55 zone, then that is hazardous. When you're driving over your speed limit, that becomes hazard. That becomes a hazard. You are risking your health. You're risking your relationships. You're risking a lot of things when you're driving over that speed limit. So take the time. We encourage you to take the time to map out your speed, to map out your directions. What's your plan? Where do you want to go? What steps do you need to take to get there? Map that out and then follow your roadmap so that you're driving the speed in which you desire to drive. Only you can dictate your speed. Only you can say whether it's appropriate for you to drive 15, 35, or 55 miles per hour. Driving too fast, remember, and driving in comparison to someone else can be hazardous to your health. Again, this is your girl, Juan Hines-Rome. I apologize for the technical difficulties today, but guess what? We are going to get it right, because what is my saying? We gonna make it do what it do, baby. Call us back and join us here at the Be Inspired Radio Show next Saturday at 10 a.m. on the Let Go radio station. You can always call us at 757-774-7552 to join in on the chat and join us live. You can, of course, join us here on Facebook and keep your comments coming as they have been, or you can listen in directly via our website at letgoradio.co. This is your girl, Juan Hines-Rome. Thank you for joining. Mwah! Be blessed, live intentionally, and always be inspired.